Libras, I'm Christy, you're watching Tiny Turtle Tarot and this is your reading. As always, if anything I say resonates or you feel it will in the future, please let me know by liking and subscribing. Let's get on with your reading. What's happening for the beautiful Libras this week? Okay, you just had the Fool card fly out already with the Nine of Wands and the Seven of Swords. And the Moon card. Interesting. Okay, Libra. So, the Fool card, if you know tarot, is obviously the start of the Fool's journey in the major arcana. It's like the first very important card, and it symbolises you taking a leap of faith into something new. Whatever you're doing this week feels exciting, feels a little bit scary, but it's new, and if anything, it's almost... the Fool is kind of to embrace that energy of excitement instead of fear, because there's a lot of courage coming along with starting something this week. Starting something you wouldn't usually do, trying something you wouldn't usually try. But it's big. It's something big for you. Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands is having a wall up around yourself. So you could find yourself being a bit defensive or a bit closed off from others this week. If people are trying to get to know you or learn about you in some way, you're only giving them a tiny piece of the puzzle and you're only letting them in slightly. With the Nine of Wands, in the traditional tarot, there's usually just a man behind a wall. And I always say, like, try to envision a window in the wall, because you don't have to open yourself up. You don't have to let that wall down at all. But if you just put a window in the wall, you can open yourself up a little bit when you feel like it and reveal what you feel like revealing when you feel comfortable. But just don't be completely black and white thinking, like, oh, I can't reveal anything about myself. I can't show that side of myself. Be open to opening up in some way, because it feels as if there's a balance that needs to come in when it comes to how protective you are of yourself. Sometimes, I don't know, I want to say not everyone's going to hurt you for some reason. Then you have Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords is... sometimes people think it's the thief card or the sneaky card, but for me as a reader it's just unpredictability. Somebody is trying to perceive you or predict you and figure you out, and you're not really predictable. You're someone that is hard to predict. You are very spontaneous, or there's just, you never know what you're going to say or how you're going to react to something, because you don't even know. I feel there's something where you're constantly changing and constantly, it's like you never want people to know your next move. Even you don't want to know your next move. You don't want it to be planned out or something. You want things to be a lot more spontaneous. And I don't know, I feel like I'll clarify all these cards and get a little bit more information, but there's definitely someone that's reading you, and they're trying to read you and they're trying to learn about you, and you're like, haha, good luck. I don't know, that's the feeling I'm getting from that. And then just to kind of emphasize that more, you have the Moon card, and the Moon card is all about mystery and secrets and only ever seeing half of something, because the moon, even when it's full, you can only ever see half of it. And that's true for people as well. Even when you know someone 100%, you still don't know them 100%, you still don't know all there is to them. So there's something where it's becoming very prominent for this week for you for some reason, that there's more to you than meets the eye. Clarifying the Fool card for you, you have the Ten of Swords and the Ace of Swords together. You could be seeing 10, 10, 10 or 1, 1, 1, 11, 11, just to have Ace and 10 come out together. But the Ten of Swords is funny because it's closing out the cycle of the sword cards, and then you have the Ace of Swords of starting that again and starting a cycle, and then you have the Fool. So there's also a new start to how you're communicating and how you're thinking. Your mindset, don't underestimate like the power of looking at things through a different perspective and seeing things more clearly. It sounds maybe oversaid, overstated, or I just don't want you to underestimate the difference that can happen with a clear headspace and clear thinking, and a new, fresh start to something is going to somehow transform your life. Even just as silly as that sounds, seeing things through a more positive frame of mind, or that kind of implies that you've been negative, but you know what I'm trying to say. Just seeing things clear and seeing things through a more optimistic state is going to really shift things for you in the future. Clarifying the Nine of Wands, you have the Six of Pentacles. So someone is going to try and help you out this week. Someone's offering you something, and that's the one clarifying you having a wall around yourself. And I said not everyone's going to hurt you, so Six of Pentacles to clarify that. It seems as if someone is offering you something, and it could just be advice, could be a helping hand, could be a loan, it could be anything, but it's just someone with good intentions trying to give you a hand, because I feel as if you've helped this person so many times that without even batting an eyelid, they're like, of course I'll help you out, like, duh. And you're like, oh no, I'm good, I can help myself. And there's something where you're a little bit closed off to the idea of accepting help, or accepting advice, even accepting the idea of help. Just put a window in your wall, just keep an open mind to being open-minded is what I want to keep saying to you. Clarifying the Seven of Swords, you have the Ten of Cups. Ten of Cups is an amazing card to have. It is emotional fulfillment to its extreme because it's all 10. 10 is completion. You are going to feel in the near future completely fulfilled and happy and content with where you're at in your life, in your family, in your friends, in your community. You're going to feel so just satisfied is the word coming through. With the Seven of Swords, there's also still something sneaky around it. So you could have a perfect family life, perfect, nothing's ever perfect, but a very, very optimal family life. But you're not telling anybody about it with the Seven of Swords. So other people's idea of being sneaky or secretive or trying to read you and not being able to is probably just your idea of privacy and not sharing everything with everyone. So Seven of Swords, who cares if people are thinking you're being secretive? I feel as if you're not intentionally doing that. You're just not going out of your way to share everything that's happening, all the good things. You're kind of keeping them to yourself and your family and your close circle, where they should be. Like, sometimes telling other people the good things that are going on and the good things that you're gonna have happen can put a little bit of a weird energy into the mix, because you then, their reaction or the way they perceive it is never gonna resonate with what's actually happening, if that makes sense. It is almost as if it's never, what am I trying to say? Words can never communicate how well something actually is going for you and how good something is going to go for you and be for you. And the second you're going to try and put into words and tell other people, it's almost as if it's putting this weird energy on it. So you're just like, well, I'd rather keep it as it is, keep it safe, keep it secret, keep it whatever it is. But it's not a secret, I want to say. You're just not telling anybody. Is that a secret? You're not going out of your way to lie or anything. You're just not going out of your way to tell everyone. Clarifying the Moon card, which is about secrets sometimes. There could be some other bigger thing you're hiding. But I feel as if some of you have a relationship or have one coming in that you don't really share with others the nitty-gritty or what's happening or what you're excited about, or it's just not worth talking about. Like, it's just good as it is, and you don't want to. Also, I'm getting some of you don't want to gloat in the near future. You don't want to brag because you know that you'll have a very rare situation that others don't have, and you don't want to be like, oh my gosh, everything's amazing, if they're not in that situation, obviously. So Queen of Cups and the Five of Swords to clarify the Moon card. Some of you there is some type of grief, sadness or something that you're hiding, or that others wouldn't see from knowing you. You're very empathetic, you care a lot about others' feelings, and you're very good at very like emotionally intelligent but also intuitive. Like you can just read when someone's not themselves just from looking at them. With the Five of Swords, I feel as if you're very much feeling what other people are feeling. With the Moon card, you might not realize you're doing this. You could be a little bit in your emotions this week for others, and like I said, as these cards came out, I was talking about you feel a bit like you don't want to gloat or brag or something, and I'm feeling like that with the moon. Moon is deep hidden emotion, funnily enough, and I feel as if the Queen of Cups, she's got a lot of emotion and care for others around her. She's very empathetic. And the Five of Swords here, you could overthink or get in your head a little bit as to why you're feeling so much for others, or as to why you're expressing emotion or something, and then you're going to realize, oh yes, everyone's going through a lot right now and I'm picking up on all of it. Some of you are very much more psychic than you realize, and the moon is a very psychic card also, obviously, so just kind of be aware. Don't fight yourself, don't fight your emotions. If you are crying, or if you feel the need to cry or laugh, or whatever you're doing to let out a lot of energy, don't hold it against yourself. Don't be like, oh my gosh, I'm a mess, why am I like this? It's almost as if you are just feeling a lot of what all your friends and family and everything around you is going through, and then you're trying to really quickly like shrug it off, but you're still feeling it just as intensely as those around you. Even if it's not for you, you're so empathetic that you're feeling it with them. So just don't be hard on yourself. I don't know, some of you are like, oh my god, I'm being silly, and you're not being silly. You're just very, very caring. Like, be kinder to yourself. I'm going to wrap your reading up here. Thank you so much for watching. If anything I said resonated or you feel like it will in the future, please let me know by liking and subscribing. And I'll see you next Tuesday for 10 Till Tarot Tuesdays.